History is full of heroes, legends, and famous figures whose names changed the world. But what if some of those people were not who they claimed to be? Behind their fame, power, and influence were hidden identities, elaborate lies, and shocking secrets. Some pretended to be royalty, others faked their careers, and a few built entire lives on deception. Today we're uncovering 15 famous people from history who weren't who they claimed to be. Some of these stories are so unbelievable, they sound like fiction. But they actually happened. 1. Victor Lustig, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower. Victor Lustig was one of the most brilliant con artists in history. In the 1920s, he pretended to be a government official responsible for selling scrap metal from the Eiffel Tower. He invited wealthy businessmen to a secret meeting and convinced one of them to buy the tower. Incredibly, it worked. The victim was too embarrassed to report the crime. Lustig later tried to sell the Eiffel Tower again. Number 2. Anna Anderson, the fake princess. After the Russian royal family was executed in 1918, rumors spread that one of the daughters, Anastasia, had survived. Years later, a mysterious woman named Anna Anderson appeared claiming to be the lost princess. Many people believed her story. For decades she convinced supporters that she was the real Anastasia. But DNA tests later proved she was not related to the royal family at all. Number 3. Franca Bagnale, the teenage imposter. Before turning 21, Franca Bagnale successfully pretended to be several professionals. He posed as an airline pilot, a doctor, and even a lawyer. Using fake identities and forged checks, he traveled around the world while committing millions of dollars in fraud. Eventually he was caught by the FBI. Ironically, he later helped the FBI stop financial crimes. Number 4. George Psalmanazar, the man from a fake country. In the early 1700s, a man named George Psalmanazar arrived in Europe claiming to be from the island of Formosa, now known as Taiwan. He described strange customs, languages, and traditions that fascinated European audiences. He even wrote a book about his homeland. But it was all a lie. Years later he confessed that he had invented the entire story. Number 5. Ferdinand Waldo de Mara, the Great Impostor. Script. Ferdinand de Mara became famous as the Great Impostor. He pretended to be dozens of professionals including a doctor, monk, prison warden, and professor. In one shocking case, he even performed surgery on wounded soldiers while pretending to be a naval doctor. Remarkably, the patient survived. De Mara relied on confidence and intelligence to fool people everywhere he went. Number 6. Cassie Chadwick, the fake millionaire. Cassie Chadwick claimed to be the secret daughter of a famous American millionaire. Using forged documents, she convinced banks that she would inherit millions. Banks loaned her huge amounts of money. For years she lived in luxury while hiding the truth. Eventually the entire scheme collapsed. Number 7. Natwarlal, India's legendary con artist. Natwarlal became famous in India for pulling off unbelievable scams. He impersonated government officials and businessmen to sell famous landmarks like the Taj Mahal. He was arrested multiple times but managed to escape repeatedly. His clever disguises and bold schemes made him a legend. Number 8. Wilhelm Voigt, the fake captain. In 1906, a German shoemaker named Wilhelm Voigt dressed as a military officer. Soldiers believed he was a real captain and followed his orders. He marched them into a town hall and arrested the mayor. Then he stole the town treasury and disappeared. The incident became one of the most famous impersonation stories in Germany. Number 9. Enrique Marco, the fake Holocaust survivor. For years, Enrique Marco told people he was a survivor of Nazi concentration camps. He became a respected speaker and activist. But historians eventually discovered that his entire story was fabricated. He had never been imprisoned in the camps. The revelation shocked many people who had believed his story. Number 10. John Brinkley, the fake doctor. John Brinkley became famous in the early 1900s for performing bizarre medical procedures. He claimed to cure male infertility by transplanting goat glands into patients. Thousands believed him, but later investigations revealed he was not even a properly trained doctor. His dangerous treatments eventually led to scandal and lawsuits. Number 11. Mata Hari, the spy who lied. Mata Hari claimed to be a mysterious exotic dancer from the East. In reality, much of her background story was invented. She later became involved in espionage during World War I. France accused her of spying for Germany. Her double identity ultimately led to her execution. Number 12. Chevalier d'Eon, the mystery identity. The Chevalier d'Eon was a French diplomat and spy whose identity confused Europe. For years they lived as a man while serving in the military. Later they lived publicly as a woman. The mystery surrounding their true identity fascinated society. Even today, historians debate the truth. Number 13. Charles Ponzi, the master of fraud. Charles Ponzi promised investors enormous profits through international postage coupons. Thousands of people trusted him. But the business was actually a massive financial scam. Ponzi paid old investors using money from new investors. The scheme eventually collapsed, giving rise to the term Ponzi scheme. Number 14. Grigory Rasputin, the holy man. Rasputin claimed to be a holy mystic with divine healing powers. He gained enormous influence over the Russian royal family, but many believed he was manipulating the monarchy for personal power. His mysterious reputation made him both feared and hated. Eventually, powerful enemies plotted his assassination. Number 15. George C. Parker, the bridge seller. George C. Parker became famous for selling landmarks he didn't own. His favorite target was the Brooklyn Bridge. He convinced immigrants that they could buy the bridge and collect tolls. Several people actually paid him. Police had to stop new victims from building toll booths on the bridge. History is filled with incredible stories of deception, ambition, and hidden identities. Some of these people fooled the world for years. Others were eventually exposed. But their stories remind us that sometimes the truth behind famous figures can be stranger than fiction. And who knows? There may still be historical secrets waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Thanks for watching.